Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Ron Cronk, and I'd like to give you a little bit of a background from where I come from so you'll understand through my presentation why I'm in this field and what I'm going to be presenting. I'm going to be talking on a subject of wholeness and wellness, what fitness does for us, and those aspects. I started my physical education career as being an assistant manager in an industrial recreation department geared toward 1,500 employees, which was a large medical laboratory in Portland, Oregon. In the late 60s and early 70s, this was a new concept for a company to provide and encourage their employees and their families to exercise. Then I entered the teaching field and taught physical education for 26 years, developing programs and presenting physical education workshops to other teachers throughout the Northwest in the states of Washington, Oregon, and California. Now I'm the intramural and recreation intramural manager at the Drayson Center, and I've been there for 15 years now. I'm here today to talk to you about exercise and some of the activities we offer at the Drayson Center. First of all, let's have an understanding of the definition of fitness, of wellness. To me, it is to maintain an active style of physical education, of exercise and recreational activities to sustain a balance in one's everyday life. The benefits of fitness include a reduction of stress, increased energy, prevention of health issues, and improved mental acuity. Cardiovascular exercise has received a lot of attention over the last 15 years as the centerpiece of physical fitness, weight management, and cardiorespiratory health. This kind of exercise requires the large muscle groups to sustain a movement over a period of time. All of these benefits combine to lower the risk of cardiovascular disease by reducing risk factors like obesity, hypertension, and high blood cholesterol. This exercise is also known to serve as the foundation for the activities of daily living, sports, and outdoor activities. The guilt question I need to ask all of you. Are you taking care of yourself by getting the exercise you need? And we could throw in the word diet. I'll just ask for a mental show of hands from those who are taking care of themselves through these avenues. The Wall Street Journal posts some new findings last April on exercise versus heart attacks. They are now saying that 10 minutes per day of exercise reduces the heart attack risk by 47%. And 20 minutes per day, the reduction equals 63%. The type of exercise encouraged, of course, is not a meandering and stopping and smelling the roses, but a brisk walk, a brisk power style walk to elevate your heart rate. Our lifestyles and responsibilities these days have added a lot of stress and have caused some health issues to our daily lives. People, we need to revisit some of our past experiences when we were kids and find those good times to play together, to run, to laugh, and rediscover the benefits those good old days gave us in the strengthening of the family friendship and camaraderie. We are not too old to experience those joys once again. Let's face it, we are social beings and need to get out and light that spark of fun and laughter once again to separate ourselves occasionally from our daily routines and re-energize our mental and physical systems and refill those health tanks. Got to refill those health tanks. What do we remember the most from our school experience? Think back. Is it the math assignments? Pardon me, but it's not me. When I ask former students that I've had what they remember, invariably they express that it was the sports, the games, the recreational field trips, the friendships and communication built during and after those sporting and recreational activities, the conversations that took place reviewing the fun. Even if you were not a participant but a spectator, you were still involved in those moments and still took some positive memories away with you. We remember how good we felt physically, socially, and mentally in preparation for that game or that activity. The teamwork, win or lose. The accomplishments we experienced. We need to remember ourselves of those days. There is no reason why we can't go back. Sure, we all make excuses that we are too busy. But people, I'm here to tell you, our too busyness will shorten our lives. Let's take a break and refresh ourselves for a minute. We're going to experience an example of what we can do every day on our own time when we choose. When I am working with our students in a PEAC 110 physical education class, I always counsel them on finding windows of time to take a breather from what we do to stimulate their physical and mental systems. I encourage them to park further away from work or class. Use a little extra time to power walk. When you're carrying a backpack, that's going to elevate your heart rate. During study time or working at a desk, set aside a short time for some simple exercises, or when watching TV, when that commercial comes on. That's about 2 to 3 minutes. Commercialize. You can always do some stretching and cardiovascular type calisthenics right there in your living room. Be creative. Think of just moving. I'm going to take off my coat and I'd like you to stand up because we're going to go through a little exercise to get our blood flowing. I like to use music because music is a stimulator and helps motivate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to work on upper body. You can do this any place that you are, in your workplace or in your classroom, in your living room, when you first get out of bed in the morning. Clench your fists, have them at the sides. And we're going to count. And the exercise, if you can walk and chew gum at the same time, you can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Isn't this simple enough that everybody can do? Okay, now we're going to increase that to double it. We're going to, when I say 16, 16 is the key to change it to a 16 count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Again, 1, 2, punch, punch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, punch, punch. 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay? It'll be an 8 count. When I say 16, we'll go into that 16 count and then an 8 count. If you don't keep up, that's okay. Just keep your arms pumping. You'll still get the benefit. Okay, this song is called Tropec. You'll probably recognize it from the Nutcracker Suite. All right, are we ready? First, there will be a little introduction of the song. We won't start right at the music, but listen for my cue. Ready and go. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 8, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And hey, give yourself a hand, pat yourself on the back, tell yourself, I did a good. I did it. You betcha. I'd like to change a little bit and talk about some of the programs that we offer at the Drayson Center at Loma Linda University to promote our health and fitness. I mentioned that PEAC 110 Independent Fitness course. PEAC, that's a no-brainer. PEAC stands for Physical Education Activity Course. I didn't name it. This class that the university implemented into the students' course requirements is to remind our students of the importance of fitness, wellness, and to move that forgotten exercise from the back burner to the front burner, to remind them how important it is to keep ourselves whole, healthy, and to help relieve stress. This course is designed for students to create their own personal fitness program on their own schedule. It is interesting to note that of the students enrolling in the PEAC 110 class, approximately 80% are not on a regular exercise program. They've put it back because of the busyness of their schedule, and it slowly slips lower and lower in a priority. This class is to remind them to get them back. During this class, I emphasize the learning outcomes experienced here and encourage them to keep applying them to their daily lives once they leave campus or graduate. I remind them to continue their fitness workouts. Also, the lecture recreational sport that they have connected with to continue playing, to keep their stress level in check, and to keep that precious variety in their fitness program workouts. I remind them that they are the example of the wholeness wellness focus of Loma Linda University. And we all know that we lead by example. The course requirements consist of students to keep a log totaling 1,440 minutes of fitness exercise within the quarter. That's about 24 hours. What type of exercise was performed and the date that they did the exercise. At the beginning of the quarter, the students take a pre-fitness evaluation to help them discover their fitness weaknesses. The results of this evaluation also helps them to set fitness goals for the quarter. Then at the end of the quarter, a post-fitness evaluation is administered, where students can see the improvement they've accomplished. That little motivational stick. Let's see what you can accomplish this quarter. By the way, I don't grade them on improvement. That's not fair. The students are also expected to experience at least 4 leisure recreational activities. During the quarter, I meet personally with each student to keep them motivated and to make sure that they are on pace to finish the course. At the end of the quarter, they write a reflection summary paper. This helps the students to review their struggles of getting back into an exercise program and what they've experienced, to remember the positive outcomes of returning to an exercise program. Now, what I'd like to do is I would like to share some of the reflection paper testimonies from these students. And I'm doing this for a reason, because I'm hoping this will motivate you to start an exercise program. First one I have is, I have reached my goal of losing 5 pounds and increased my endurance. I have attained physical confidence now, and I'm entering a Tough Mudder race. Another student comments, I have been active and I love the way I feel again. My colleagues have been asking me what I've been doing, so I printed out my exercise log and my fitness test and shared it with them. They now are excited to find a place to start to guide themselves in their journey toward fitness. I feel good that I could show people that I have learned and how to achieve these goals. Thank you for this wonderful class. Here is another one from a female. This is my second quarter of taking this class, and I'm happy to report, but I have increased my resting heart rate by 16 points. And then, participating in recreational sports is very important to me, not only for fitness benefits and the stress relief derived, but the amazing way it nurtures those relationships that are so most important to me. I find that spending time in nature connects my soul to God because it reminds me of His creative powers in the universe. Secondly, is probably one of the best activities to help family and friends connect to one another. Whether hiking in the mountains or kayaking on a beautiful lake or taking that wonderful stroll on the beach. I would like to call this the recreation connection. This one is from a middle-aged student. I learned how important the fitness part of flexibility is, not only for sport performance and minimizing injury, but in my work-related areas. The structure of this class has made me to be accountable. And I praise it for getting me back on track on an exercise program. Now remember why I'm reading these, for some thoughts and to instill a little bit of motivation in you to, hey, I got to think about this for my health. An older male student states, this class has helped me to lose weight, regain some stamina, and the big thing, to cut my insulin and my blood pressure medicine in half. This class also has helped me to push myself to do different cardio exercises. I found out there are many other good ways to exercise, and this has helped me to break out of my rut of my old routines. This was from a younger student. I like this one. I live within a few miles of a bike trail, and this class has helped me to find enjoyment in bike riding. I've been inspired to save my money and buy a new bike and have made bike riding now my new hobby. A young female writes, I've been walking consistently now with my aunt. This one's touching to me. Touching. Which has strengthened our relationship, and I have found that exercise is essential for our health, our physical and mental, but has also enriched a relationship that has become very meaningful to me. I feel that the emotional struggles that grows along with building a relationship like this is just as beneficial to our health as are the physical benefits of exercise. And this student states, by taking this class and getting back into a regular workout schedule, I have become more physically and mentally fit. I feel more energetic, more optimistic, and more productive throughout the day. Here's another one. I discovered that by logging my workouts significantly changed the way I used to exercise. You've taken diet classes or counseling where you have to write down what you eat. It's a good reminder, and finding out how many calories. he finds out that logging his workouts has significantly changed the way he used to exercise. It has helped me plan a better and concise workout for the day, and I can track my improvements. Keeping a record also helps me to keep motivated. Here's another one. I have discovered in taking this class that working out cannot be a fad in my life anymore. It has to be a lifestyle. Just as I have to get up in the morning and brush my teeth, I have to move my body and exercise it. And this last one talks to most of the students here that I get. This class will be a constant reminder to me of how positive and regular exercise can be to my health. The slide I'm going to show you now is from a student who struggled with her exercise program. She posted this on her refrigerator as a motivation. And you'll see it there on the board. I'm reducing the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, osteoporosis, diabetes, and obesity. I am keeping my joints, tendons, and ligaments flexible so it's easier to move around. I'm reducing some of the effects of aging. I am contributing to my mental well-being. I am helping to relieve stress and anxiety. How many struggle with that? I'm sure all of us do. I am increasing my energy and endurance. I'm hoping it will help me sleep better. I am increasing my metabolism. Whatever motivational tool works, people, use it. This works for her. Another program offered at the Drayson Center for students and staff members to support fitness wellness on campus is a program called Recreational Field Days. School groups, dental, medical, allied health, also departmental groups on campus and other groups put aside their hectic schedules and come down to the Drayson Center and re-energize their physical and mental systems by participating in team building activities. Now I'm going to show you some pictures of this. When classmates and staff members are brought together in a play-style atmosphere, the outcomes can build bonding and camaraderie. These activities also help in establishing closer friendships and can influence better productivity within our schools or department areas. The pictures present some of the different activities used in the recreational field days in challenging teams to participate that help set the atmosphere of childhood play. But also what we're doing, people, sneaking in the back door, the unspoken benefits. It increases fitness. Quickly, many ways to make teams. This is one way. I just have them throw out their shoes in the middle of the field. We set up cones in comparison to how many teams we want to make. And I and my assistant goes out there and grabs shoes and starts throwing them at these cones. And then we have a shoe scramble. They have to hustle over there, put on their shoes, tie them up, and stand in a straight line. And they are the whoopee-doo team. This is a water relay where they have to pour water in a cup as they pass it on down the line and pour it in a small bucket at the end. And of course, the whoopee-doo, the winner team, is the one that overflows their buckets. And of course, this is a shoe kick. See how far they can kick their shoes. They have to use a dominant kick and a non-dominant foot kick. By the way, a very expensive event to set up. Okay, here they are laying out there to see how far they got. And this is just a regular shuttle relay where they race back and forth. All teams are racing, but the uniqueness of this, they don't know what they're carrying until we actually pull it out for the first person in line. What do you see? A rubber chicken. Look at that little guy. He's hanging on for dear life, but he's hanging on to that rubber chicken. So look, we involve parents, we involve kids, the families. And of course, inner tube, three-legged race. We also take those inner tubes and use them to roll a shuttle relay type of race back and forth. I know these are crazy, but guess what? They get into it, people. They eat it up. And the old tug of war. Golf chipping. We draw a big target out there, and there are scores in each ring, plus a big bucket in the middle, and they're chipping not real balls, but plastic wiffle balls, okay? So the injury is lower here too. And our frisbee toss, throwing them into baskets. Well, you gotta, this is where I come up with these ideas, is at night. So excuse me on this. These buckets are full of water, and these are what they call jet sticks or big squirts. And so we call this the squirting gallery. We set up a bleacher, as you see, and they squirt to knock over the different targets. Sometimes they'll turn the guns or the squirters on each other to add a little bit more of enthusiasm out there. And of course, hula hoop ring toss. Those are just some of the things that we do on our recreational field days. Also, another unique program we offer is we invite all the pastors from the Southeastern California Conference, and we create what we call a pastor's playground at the DC, Grayson Center. This is a time when they can come in, all get together and play, enjoying each other and enjoying the sports and recreational activities in a different and relaxed setting. They get to know each other on a different level. The activities offered are basketball, volleyball, badminton, dodgeball, tennis, racquetball, soccer, and even horseshoes. Then, of course, the swimming pool is a big asset at the end, and the spa, because it is available to them at the end of the day to cool off and also to soak those tired muscles. Again, I want to emphasize, having these recreational times together is a good reminder that we need to set aside some valuable time to nurture our wellness and wholeness. And of course, we can't forget our students. Now, what sport programs do we offer them at the Grayson Center? We are a diverse campus, and when planning our intramural recreational sport leagues, a variety of activity is very important in attempting to reach as many needs, skill abilities, and interests here on campus as possible. In our intramural programs, we offer men, women, and co-rec leagues in the 5 major core sports of soccer, flag football, volleyball, softball, and basketball. Yes, people, we are in line with Title IX. Some sports are offered in different divisions to meet the different levels of skill in our participants. The core sports are refereed, but many of our recreational sports, such as dodgeball, kickball, inner tube water polo, ultimate frisbee, beach volleyball, are non-refed. The recreational sports really also play a key part in connecting with our students, because many of our students are not the skilled athletes. So we offer the recreational part for them to also get involved, come down and play and enjoy the fitness and the fun and the socialization. Human foosball. A combination of broomball, foosball, and hockey is a new and unique sport that is not played anywhere on any other college or university campuses but Loma Linda University. Once again, these type of programs offered on our campuses are another way to encourage our students to continue these activities once they leave us on that avenue of exercise. I'd like to close today and just simply state, through my presentation today, I hope you have seen that the Drayson Center is progressive in creating fitness programs and activities for all ages. And let me emphasize, all ages. Kids through seniors. Our encouragement and commitment runs far and wide to promote wellness and longevity to everyone we come in contact with. We are the quality of life link to our community. I also hope that this presentation today has stimulated and encouraged you to just get out there and move. Only you can make a difference in your personal health. Thank you very much. Yes, question.
I have a question. If you have no fitness, program going on, what would you say are the bare essentials? Like, what would be the way that you would go about developing a program for yourself? Like, should it include cardio, weight training? What would be a good formula for developing a program?
The biggest thing you can do is to get out there and start power walking. And start out with 20 minutes a day. Even if it's split up in the morning, 10-15 minutes in the morning, 10-15 minutes in the evening. Power walking is one of the best all-around fitness to start with. And it's very inexpensive.
Tell us what you mean by power walking.
Power walking, well, if you see, this is smelling the roses. Power walking is where you really walk, get your knees up, get your arms swinging so you elevate your heart rate and your respiratory. There you go. Good. Respiratory. Okay? You want to make yourself sweat a little bit and get your heart rate up. And what you can do is there's a simple formula to find out your working rate. And that's what you want to get your heart rate up to and sustain that working rate for that period of time so you get the most benefit from that time spent in your exercise. Oh, I have it back in my office, not off the top of my head. I'm sorry, but it's very simple. Should have had it, excuse me.
You could probably Google, if we were to look for it on the internet, what would it be called?
It would be a working heart rate, exercise working heart rate. Okay. Yeah.
And what percentage should you be working at in terms of your heart rate? Should it be like 50% of your max, 80% of your max? I mean,
about 60 to 70% of your max, right in through there.
Good job. What is that human? Tell us more about human.
Human foosball. Okay. We used to have an old gymnasium called Gentry Gym, and we had a hockey program because we have a lot of Canadian students or students interested in that sport. So when that went down, we had to think of an alternative. And of course, our gymnasium has such a beautiful floor that we had to protect it. So we came across with some sponge sticks that are in a triangle, and we used 2 big soft Nerf balls. And we divide the gym up into sections like a foosball table. And there are teams representing each team specifically assigned to those sections. And we have goals at the end, and we do not allow goalies. And they have to work the ball within their zone up to the next zone to their players and so on to pass it up. It can be stolen any time to work it back, and then they score. once one score is made, the other ball is still alive. And with 2 balls, there's a lot of people that get more activity and more chance to touch the ball. But it's just continuously. And that person back there, once it's a score, they just grab the ball and toss it back out on the floor. Sometimes 2 balls come in, and boy, you know, the defense has to be on their toes.
It should be noted, if I may, Ron, if you don't mind me adding, this game was actually begun by a medical graduate from Loma Linda who went into psychiatry. So if you want to get into the mind and the physical, he created this, and he and Ron Cronk sat down in a room and came up with this idea.
Wow.
And he was so much in favor of it because nothing has been done like this.
Wow.
He brought a check to say, go buy the equipment. And since we did that, it's taken off, and people love it. Great exercise. And
I should come see it.
Oh, yes. And when they called me in, as the director of the Drayton Center, when they called me in about this program, I said, nothing like this has ever been done. Where are we going? But it's turned out a tremendous success.
Nice. Okay.
We have a lot of fun with it.
What times do they have it? What days, times? I mean, if you want to come see what it looks like, how does that work?
We usually offer this league in the spring, but we have groups coming down. School groups will say, hey, can we come down as a class and play this? And many times we'll open up the gym, they will reserve it, and we'll set it up on a Saturday night for them. Or if they have a breakaway from their school schedule, we're very flexible on opening up that time for them.
Nice.
So I just have a comment, and probably y'all aren't the ones to say, but I think you should have this at the front of our week and not at the end of our week, so that, I mean, I had already Googled and found out about the Drayton Center, and I already knew I wanted to come there, and I've been going there during this week.
Good for you.
But if I hadn't happened to think about it, I wouldn't know. So I think they should, especially in a class of wholeness, we should talk about the Drayton Center at the first of the week.
Makes sense.
Bless you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make that recommendation.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. And get out there and let's get moving.
That's right.